Hi, my name is Danny Fleming and I'm a member of the MAPropertiesOnline team working within RE/MAX Leading Edge out of Lexington. I'd like to take this opportunity to explain what makes me and the rest of the MAPropertiesOnline team different from other realtors. Our focus is on information and education. Our motto is a data-driven approach to real estate. I'd like to spend some time explaining the types of data and statistics we have available on our website and how you can use them to identify what is happening with the real estate market in a town. When we begin chatting with our clients about what's happening in the real estate market in the Boston area, we generally talk to them about some of the following statistics. So let's have a look at some of them as examples of what can be found on the MAPropertiesOnline website. Here's an inventory level graph for Lexington from 2006 to 2014. You can see that in the last year's inventory levels, or homes available for sale in the town, are about half of where they were the prior years, and the trending lines are all heading down. When analysts talk about a shortage of inventory, you can use this graph to see how inventory levels have changed over the last several years. Another valuable piece of information is historic home prices. This graph is for Lexington. The blue bars represent the average home price for each year since 2001. The green bars are the average for each month of this year. The current year's average is represented as the dotted red line. As you can see, average prices in Lexington are back to pre-crash prices. This is not necessarily the case in all towns. Each town has its own real estate market characteristics, and it's only by evaluating all of the characteristics for a town can you absolutely identify what the status of the market is. For example, if you look at Maynard's average prices, you can see that this town is still suffering from the real estate crash that occurred around 2005. Another piece of important information in evaluating the health of the real estate market in a town is absorption rates. Absorption rates tell us how many months' supply of inventory there is in a price range. For example, if 12 homes were sold in a particular price range in the last 12 months, then we can say that the rate of sale is 1 home a month. If there are currently 3 homes on the market in that same price range, given no more homes coming on the market in that price range, then it'll take 3 months to sell the available inventory. We generally say that when we have over 7 months supply, then there's an oversupply in that price range. If we have 4, 5, or 6 months supply, then we're in a balanced supply and demand situation. And anything under 4 months supply, we have a shortage of inventory. If you look at the absorption data for Belmont, you can see a drastic shortage of inventory. There are 0 months supply in the majority of price ranges and only half a month's supply in the $1 million to $1.5 million price range, and just over 1 month's supply in the $600,000 price range. In the $2 to $5 million price range, there is a 14-month supply. But across the majority of price ranges in Belmont, we are in a drastic, severe shortage situation, and any home that comes on the market that's reasonably priced will sell in a competing offer situation. Another example of limited supply is the absorption data for Winchester. Here you can see a little more inventory across all of the price ranges compared to Belmont, but not much more. This town also has a severe shortage of inventory with far more demand than there is supply. If you're moving from out of the area and have no idea what town could possibly work for you, then you should review the home price bands data. The home price band data is the sales distribution over the last 12 months. For instance, if you review the home price band data for Arlington, you can see that the majority of homes are sold in the $400,000 and $500,000 price ranges. If you review the same data for Lexington, you can see that the majority of homes are sold in the $1 to $1.5 million price range. If you were moving from out of town and have not even stepped foot in either town, you can identify just from the home price band data which town may work best for you. For instance, if you have $400,000 to spend, then just by reviewing the price band data, you could identify that Arlington would be a viable choice, whereas Lexington wouldn't. Conversely, if you had over $1 million to spend, then you would see that buying in Lexington would be a far wiser choice from an investment perspective, because the majority of homes sold are in that price range. If you were wanting to review home sales, then you could do that on the site. You can choose which town, what price range, how long back to search, and the property type. Then you would see the under agreement and sold homes on a map in the town. If you click on the sale icon, you can see a photo of the home and the basic details about the home. Below the map, you can find a table of homes sold with its status, the list price, the sales price, and the date, and the days on the market. Using this data, you can see how many homes sell for over asking price and what sort of days on the market these homes are selling for. All of this information is important in learning the characteristics of the real estate market in a town. Another metric in identifying what is happening in a town is the sold to original price ratio. This data shows how many homes are sold for each month of the last 12 months, and using the scale on the right-hand side and referring to the red line, you can see what the list to sales price ratio is. When looking at the list to sales price ratio, it's important to remember that the home that's being reported on in a month actually went under agreement approximately 6 to 8 to 10 weeks earlier. If you are interested in buying new construction but uncertain of what it would cost or what the average size of new construction is in each town, you can check out the new home analysis on our statistics page. You can select the town, then the property type, for instance, single family, and then you will get a map of all new construction in that town over the last 12 months. Below the map, you can see a table that shows the sales price, sale date, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, the size of the home, and the lot size. Below this tabular data, you'll find a graph showing the price range that these homes have been sold in, also the size of the homes and the average price of these homes, and the next graph is the average price per square foot across each of the size ranges of homes. You may be interested in the average price per square foot of existing home sales. This can be found on our statistics page, where you select the town, select the property type, for example, single family homes, and we have 3 types of graphs that you can check out the average price per square foot. You can find out the average price per square foot across price ranges versus the year built and versus the living area size. If you're moving in from out of town and have no idea of comparative average prices of towns, then by reviewing the average home prices, you can see a graph that shows the average home price of many towns in the area. It may help your decision when you see that Weston's average single-family home price is $1.5 million, whereas Wayland's average, which is an adjacent town, is $642,000. Other pieces of statistical info available on the website are historic home price trends, home sale metrics, town profiles, town market activity, town home analysis, schools in a town, commutes from towns to various locations, and town property taxes. I encourage you to investigate all of the statistics available on our website. There is a wealth of information waiting for you here.